Most people think their obstacles lie in the world, in circumstances, in other people. They blame the system, they blame luck, they blame others. But the harsh truth is this: the greatest enemy you will ever face is yourself, your mind, your habits, your fears, your inaction. Everything that holds you back comes from within. The person who stands in your way is you, your fears, your doubts, your laziness, your habits. Your mind, unchecked, is the greatest enemy you will ever face. If you want to change your life, if you want to rise above mediocrity, you must first face yourself. Because the moment you defeat your inner enemy, no obstacle outside can stop you. In this video, we will explore 8 truths that reveal how you are the one holding yourself back. And more importantly, we will show you how to face this inner enemy, overcome it, and take control of your life. As Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The enemy is not the world, it is the weak thoughts in your own mind. By the end, you will see clearly that no one can stop you except yourself, and no one can save you but yourself. The power to rise, to grow, and to master your life has always been in your hands. 1. Recognize the enemy within. Look inward. Observe your thoughts. Notice the excuses you tell yourself. I will start tomorrow. Tomorrow is an illusion your mind creates to delay action. Every tomorrow you promise yourself is a day lost, an opportunity wasted. Seneca wrote, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life." Your potential doesn't wait. The longer you postpone, the further you drift from who you could become. I am too tired. Fatigue is real, but it is rarely the enemy. It is the test of your discipline. Every moment you surrender to comfort is a victory for weakness. Energy is built through action, not avoidance. Do what must be done, even when you feel exhausted, and your mind and body will rise to the challenge. I don't have enough time. Time is the most equal resource we have. Rich or poor, busy or free, we all get 24 hours. Excuses of scarcity are illusions, distractions to avoid responsibility. Seneca reminds us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. You always have enough time for what truly matters. Stop spending it on trivial comfort. These are not truths. They are traps. Traps your mind sets to protect comfort, not to protect you. Your mind can be your ally or your worst enemy. When you act against your own potential, when you indulge weakness, you are fighting yourself. Every unearned moment of comfort, every avoided responsibility, every fear that controls your action, every lie you tell yourself about who you are capable of becoming. This is the enemy, and it is inside you. As Seneca reminds us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Take a moment and ask yourself, which part of yourself have I been betraying? Which habit, thought, or fear is holding me back right now? 2. How you sabotage yourself. Self-sabotage is subtle. It looks like small decisions, everyday choices. You delay hard work. Every time you put off the difficult tasks, you are choosing comfort over growth. Hard work is the forge of character. Avoidance is the mold of weakness. The moment you delay, you allow your fears and excuses to dictate your life. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If you delay, you are unprepared, and opportunities slip through your fingers. You avoid responsibility. Responsibility is the measure of a man. To shrink from it is to shrink from your own potential. Every excuse you make, every task you dodge, is a vote for mediocrity. The world does not pause for you. Life rewards those who act, not those who wait. Taking responsibility, even when it is uncomfortable, strengthens your mind, your will and your life. You give in to distraction, anger, or indulgence. Every moment you surrender to trivial pleasure or fleeting emotion, you surrender your power. Distraction steals your focus. Anger clouds your judgment. Indulgence weakens your discipline. A Stoic masters himself before mastering the world. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you give in, you hand the reins of your life to weakness. not wisdom. You think the enemy is outside, but it is you hitting pause on your own life. You sabotage yourself because it is easy, because it is comfortable, because it does not demand courage. But comfort never builds men. It builds excuses, weakness, regret. You wake up tired. You scroll your phone. You postpone action. The day passes. The opportunity is gone. And tomorrow you promise to start. And the cycle repeats. That is the enemy at work. Quiet, invisible, persistent. And unless you notice it, it will control your life. 3. The inner battle. Every man is at war with himself. Between fear and courage. Between comfort and discipline. Between weakness and strength. Every decision is a battle. To wake up early, to train, to read, to act when you don't feel like it. Every moment you choose effort over ease. Every time you face discomfort rather than avoiding it. You are winning that battle. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Your inner enemy fights every day. It whispers, "You are not enough." It tempts, "Take the easy way." It deceives, "You'll never succeed." And each time you resist, you grow stronger. Each act of discipline is a wound inflicted on the enemy inside you. Each victory is proof you are not a slave to your own weakness. Think of one time this week you gave in to fear, laziness, or doubt. Now imagine acting differently. How would your life change? 4. Building discipline and mastery. To defeat your inner enemy, you must train like a soldier. Not once, not in bursts, but consistently, daily, deliberately. Control your habits. Your habits define you far more than your intentions. Small, repeated actions either build strength or erode it. A man who surrenders to laziness, distraction, or indulgence is already defeated, long before the challenge arrives. Seneca reminds us, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short. And we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it." Discipline in the small things ensures mastery in the great things. Control your mind. This is not a suggestion. It is a commandment for those who seek clarity, strength, and peace in a turbulent world. Your thoughts are not passive passengers. They are the architects of your reality. What you believe, you become. What you dwell on, you amplify. Fear, doubt, and self-deception, these are the true enemies. Not the economy, not your critics, not the unpredictable turns of fate. These inner saboteurs whisper lies, distort your vision, and paralyze your will. Left unchecked, they will convince you that you are powerless, when in fact you are not. Do not allow your mind to wander into weakness. Train it, sharpen it, discipline it. Like a sword forged in fire, your mind must be tempered through reflection, reason, and deliberate action. Let it not be a leaf tossed by the wind, but a mountain unmoved by the storm. When you master your mind, you reclaim your agency. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop fearing the unknown and start shaping your path through it. A controlled mind is your fortress. It is your sanctuary in chaos, your shield against provocation, your compass when the world loses its way. And the best part, this fortress is always with you. You carry it wherever you go. So build it, guard it, live from it. Because when your mind is steady, no storm can shake you. Control your responses. You cannot always choose what happens, but you can always choose how to react. Impulse, anger, and desire are fleeting. Your response is permanent. Respond wisely, and no external force can defeat you. Respond poorly, and you hand your power to others. A Stoic is measured, deliberate, and unshaken. His actions are a reflection of his inner discipline, not the whims of the world. Start small. Wake up early. Exercise, read, meditate. Keep your word to yourself. Each small victory compounds. Each discipline becomes armor. Each moment of focus builds a life no enemy, inside or outside, can shake. Strength is forged in silence, not spectacle. Resilience is earned in struggle, not comfort. Courage is built in moments of fear, not safety. Identify one destructive habit today. Commit to confronting it fully. Do not negotiate with yourself. Do not rationalize. Act. I've transforming the enemy into an ally. Your inner enemy is not your permanent fear. Once faced, it becomes your teacher. Every fear teaches courage. Fear is not the enemy. It is a signal pointing to what must be faced. Each time you confront what terrifies you, you stretch the boundaries of your strength. The mind that avoids fear remains small. The mind that meets it becomes unshakable. As Seneca said, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." Courage is forged in the furnace of what we most wish to avoid. Every failure teaches wisdom. Failure is not defeat, it is feedback. Every mistake, every setback carries a lesson if you are willing to observe it without anger or denial. The Stoic does not curse misfortune. He studies it, learns from it, and moves forward with greater clarity. Mistakes are the tuition we pay for mastery. Every moment of discomfort teaches patience. Life's discomforts, hunger, cold, fatigue, frustration, train the soul. To endure without complaint is to cultivate resilience. Patience is not passive waiting. It is active strength in the presence of difficulty. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Discomfort is the teacher. Patience is the reward. By confronting the part of yourself that resists growth, you convert it into a tool, a guide, a motivator. The man who can master himself cannot be broken by the world. 6. You let your mind control you instead of mastering it. Your thoughts are the battlefield. Most people surrender without even realizing it. They let fear whisper doubts. Let comfort seduce them into stillness. Let uncertainty paralyze their will. They wait for motivation, for clarity, for the right time, and they wait forever. But the mind is not meant to be obeyed blindly. It is meant to be trained, challenged, and led. The Stoics knew this well. The greatest threat is not the world outside. It's the undisciplined mind within, the mind that clings to excuses, the mind that recoils from discomfort, the mind that tells you to wait, to shrink, to stay safe. The enemy lives in your hesitation. Every time you act despite fear, every time you choose discipline over desire, you strike a blow against the part of yourself that would keep you small. You reclaim territory in the war for your potential. Mastery begins with awareness. Ask yourself, what thought today is holding me back? What fear am I feeding with inaction? What story am I telling myself to justify staying where I am? Then confront it, challenge it, act anyway. You don't need to feel ready. You need to move. You don't need to silence fear. You need to walk through it. You don't need perfect conditions. You need inner command. A mastered mind is a weapon. It cuts through noise. It resists temptation. It acts with clarity and purpose. And once you learn to lead your mind instead of following it, you become unstoppable. Not because life gets easier, but because you become stronger. 7. You make excuses instead of taking responsibility. Excuses are the tools of weakness. They disguise fear as reason. They pretend that inaction is wisdom. They whisper, "I can't yet. I'll do it later. Someone else will handle it." Do not listen. These are lies your mind tells to protect comfort, not growth. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Excuses keep you small. They chain your potential and stall your life. The world does not slow down for you, nor does it care about your fears or justifications. Every moment spent blaming, rationalizing, or delaying is a moment you will never reclaim. True power begins when you stop pointing fingers. When you own your choices, good or bad, you reclaim your freedom. Your habits, your actions, your failures, your victories. No one else holds the pen to your story. Ask yourself, which excuse have I used today to justify inaction? Which fear have I disguised as logic? Which comfort have I chosen over growth? And now do the opposite. Take action. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, now. Do the small things that build discipline. Do the hard things that build courage. Do the things that shape your character. Because life does not reward excuses. Life rewards action. Life rewards men and women who take responsibility, who step into the arena, and who refuse to be controlled by fear. No delay, no compromise. no justification. Strength is not in intention. Strength is in execution. Do not just exist. Take command of yourself. Take command of your life. 8. You ignore small victories and delay growth. Most men wait for massive success or the perfect moment. They ignore the small victories that compound into greatness. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Every small act of discipline, every habit built quietly, every moment you choose effort over ease. These are the strikes that defeat your inner enemy. The enemy wants you to wait. It wants you to defer. It wants you to believe you are powerless today. Identify one small step you can take right now. Progress does not start with giant leaps. It begins with a single, deliberate action. The mind loves to wait for the right moment, but the right moment is created through action. Ask yourself, what can I do this minute that moves me closer to my goal? Even the smallest step matters, because momentum is built one action at a time. One action, one choice, one habit. Focus is your weapon against distraction and overwhelm. You cannot change everything at once, but you can control the next step. One action leads to another. One choice compounds into patterns. One habit becomes character. The unshakable are not born. They are forged by consistent, deliberate steps, repeated daily. Do it. Knowledge without action is meaningless. Thinking, planning, or wishing does nothing. The moment you act, you break the cycle of excuses. You seize control of your life. Do not wait for motivation. It will never arrive perfectly. Strength comes from doing despite discomfort, doubt, or fear. This is how progress is made. This is how men become unshakable. The unshakable are not those who avoid fear, hardship, or failure. They are those who face each moment intentionally, who act despite resistance, who build momentum through discipline, step by step, choice by choice, action by action. This is the path to mastery over yourself and over life itself. Remember this: the world will not save you. No one will fight for you. No one will build the life you dream of. Your inner enemy and your own weakness are the only things standing in your way. Face them, rise above them, become the man no one can break. Start today. One thought controlled, one action disciplined, one habit mastered. You are your own enemy, but also your own greatest ally. Fight wisely, fight consistently, fight relentlessly, and when the world tries to stop you, you will already be unstoppable.